again. Thanks for joining me for Vinyasa with Virginia. We move on to the heart chakra today, Anahata. We'll start today's practice in a child's pose. Take the knees out wide. Take the toes to touch. Send the hips back towards the heels. Let the forehead fall to the mat. And just surrender to gravity. Anahata is the fourth of the 7 chakras and is located at your heart center. This energy center is believed to fuel our inner happiness, compassion for others, and above all, our sense of self-love. By bringing awareness to your heart chakra, we hope to relieve self-doubt, judgment of others, and loneliness. Take this time to set an intention for your practice. Today I offer the affirmations of the heart chakra. I am loving. I am happy. I am loved. Choose one now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Use your next inhale to push up to a tabletop position, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. We'll move through some cat-cows. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale to push into the mat and round through the spine for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, push into the mat for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Exhale here, grip the mat, engage the core, lengthen out through the crown of the head, and send the right leg out behind you. Flex the foot. Engage the core and then float the left arm out in front of you, palm facing in for a spinal balance. Find length between fingertips and heel. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Come back to a tabletop, engage the core, reset the spine. When you're ready, you can float the left leg out behind you. Flexing the foot, leg is about hips height. Engage the core to float the right arm out in front of you, palm facing in. Spinal balance. Find length between fingertips and heel. Inhale. And exhale to release. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, round through the spine for cat. Come back to a neutral spine. Reset by engaging the core and then float the right leg out behind you again, flexing the foot. When you're steady, float the left arm right out in front of you. Engage the core, find length, and exhale to crunch to meet elbow to knee. Inhale for length. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale to find length. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, find length, fingertip to heel. Exhale, release, back to tabletop. Engage the core to reset the spine before moving on to the next side. When you're ready, float the left leg out behind you, flex the foot. Then send the right arm out in front of you, palm facing in. Find length between fingertips and heel. Inhale. And exhale to bring elbow to meet the knee for a crunch. Inhale to find length. Exhale to crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, find length. Exhale, release, tabletop. On your next inhale, open up to the right, send the right hand towards the sky. Exhale to bring it under and across, dropping the shoulder to the mat for thread the needle. Taking 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more breath in, one more breath out. Slowly with control, use your next inhale to open back up, send the right hand towards the sky, and exhale back to a tabletop position. Grip the mat, inhale the left hand up towards the sky, open up, and exhale to bring the hand under and across the body to drop the left shoulder to the mat for a thread the needle. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Use your next inhale to open back up, send the left hand towards the sky, exhale, release back down to a tabletop position. Untuck the toes, send the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the heels to stretch the backs of the legs. You can sway the hips, that feels good. Remembering to stay with your breath. Inhale to roll to plank. Exhale, send the hips back to a downward facing dog. Do that a couple times. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Stay here, and then exhale, shift the weight forward and lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale to look up in between the hands. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale for a halfway lift, find length through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer to mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive, leading with the heart, forward fold. Inhale to find length in a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands back out to a downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee and open the hip, rooting through both hands. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, stacking the joints. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale here and lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck the toes, push into the mat. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to look up in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale to find length in a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, sweeping the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer, mountain. Bend the knees, sink the hips back. Inhale for a chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, find length through the crown, halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Step the foot back for plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, swing the foot through to plant it in between the hands. Staying on the ball of the foot, use your inhale to rise to a crescent lunge. Exhale to cactus the arms out to the side. Inhale, lift the hands high, and exhale, plant the hands to frame the foot. Step back to a plank and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hips, stacking the joints. Inhale back to a three-legged dog. Bend the knee, swing it through to plant the foot in between the hands. And rise to your crescent lunge. Staying on the ball of that foot. Exhale the hands to cactus arms. Inhale, back up. And exhale, plant the hands to frame the foot and step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more breath in. One full breath out. Inhale to look up in between the hands. Exhale to bend the knees and step up to the front of your mat. Find a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sit back into your chair pose. Inhale. Exhale to stand up tall. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, sweeping the arms up. Gaze goes up to follow. Exhale, hands through prayer, mountain pose. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair pose. Exhale, fold. Find a halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, fold, stepping the foot back for a plank pose and lowering halfway, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, stacking the joints. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, swing the foot through, plant it between the hands, and rise to your crescent lunge. Exhale to interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale to shine the heart forward. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale to release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands to frame the foot. Option for three-legged chaturanga. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip to stack the joints. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing the foot through to plant it between the hands. Use your inhale to rise to your crescent lunge. Exhale the hands to interlace behind the back. Inhale to shine the heart forward. Exhale here, staying strong in the legs. Inhale, exhale, release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, plant the hands to frame the foot. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale to look up in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop up to the front of your mat. Find a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, sink back into your chair pose. Exhale, stand up tall. Mountain pose. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. We'll pause in this forward fold here. You can grab for each bicep, releasing the crown of the head to the mat. You can rock back and forth if that feels good. Remembering to breathe. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Gaze goes up to follow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold, plant the hands and step back to plank. Lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stacking the joints. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee to swing it through, to plant the foot in between the hands. And inhale to rise to crescent lunge. Exhale to cactus the arms out to the side. Inhale the arms back up. And exhale, plant the hands to frame the foot. Step back to your downward dog. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay rooted through both hands. Use your inhale to come back to your three-legged dog. Exhale to bend the knee, plant the foot in between the hands, and inhale to rise to crescent lunge. Exhale, arms, cactus arms. Inhale, arms back up, and exhale to plant the hands to frame the foot and step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky, bend the knee, swing the foot through, plant it in between the hands, and open up to your warrior two. Left foot is parallel to the back of your mat, and your gaze is over that front middle finger. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale to flip the top palm. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale to shift the weight forward slightly. Bring your gaze to a foot in front of your pinky toe. Plant the hand on a block or the mat and step up into your half moon. Opening the hips, maybe sending that top arm up towards the sky. Flexing that top foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to look back at your bottom hand. Slow with control, bend the supporting leg to step back into your warrior two pose. Exhale. And cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot. Step back and move through a vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee to open the hip. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing the foot through to plant it in between the hands. Drop the right foot back parallel to the back of your mat and open up to Warrior Two. Relax shoulder. Inhale the front palm up. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Exhale to shift your weight forward. Bring your gaze to a foot in front of that pinky toe and step up into your half moon. Stacking the hips, opening up through the chest, maybe to send that top arm up towards the sky. Slowly with control, start to bend that supporting leg to step back into your Warrior Two pose. Sending your gaze back over that front middle finger. And exhale to cartwheel the hands to frame that front foot. Step back, move through a Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, swing the foot through, and open up to your Warrior Two. Gaze goes back over that right middle finger. Inhale the right palm up. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Inhale back to Warrior Two. Bring that gaze a foot in front of your pinky toe. Exhale to shift your weight forward. Plant the hand on the mat or a block. Step up into your half moon pose. Open up. Maybe you can bend that flying leg behind you and reach back to grab the top of the foot and kick the foot into the hand for a back bend for candy cane. Inhale, slowly come back to your half moon pose. Then look down at your bottom hand to bend the supporting leg to step back into your Warrior Two. Gaze goes back over that front middle finger. Inhale. And exhale to cartwheel the hands to frame the foot. Step back to plank and exhale, lower. Chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, swing the foot through. Open up to your Warrior Two. Right foot parallel to the back of your mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale that top palm up. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Inhale back to Warrior Two, bringing your gaze a foot in front of that pinky toe. Shift your weight forward. Drop that left hand to the mat and step up into your half moon pose. Maybe you can bend that right leg to reach behind you to grab the top of the foot for candy cane. If you can reach the top of the foot, kick into the hand, find a back bend. Remember to breathe. Come back into your Warrior Two pose, slow and steady. Inhale. And exhale to cartwheel the hands to frame that foot. Step back into a plank pose. Shift the weight forward and lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Coming back to the intention you set for yourself at the beginning of class. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, push up to a tabletop position. Untuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to roll to plank. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll back to plank. Exhale, shift the weight forward and lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to look up in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop up to the front of the mat. Find a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Sweep the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer. Mountain pose. Breathing here. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Bring the hands to the hips. Step the right leg out wide to the side, coming into our goddess pose. Trying to create 90-degree angles with both of our arms and both of our legs. Sinking the hips down low, engaging the legs. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, take a tiny back bend. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, back to sit up tall. Sink the hips lower. Find the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, 5-pointed star. Exhale, sink back into your goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, 5-pointed star. Exhale, sit back into your goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, the hands to the hips, keep the legs straight. Pivot the toes in and the heels out, preparing our legs for a fan pose. Stand up tall. Interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale to shine the heart forward. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet, leading with the heart. Keeping the integrity of the spine, begin to fold forward. Releasing the crown of the head towards the mat. Maybe pulling the arms off of the back. Remembering to breathe. Big inhale. Slow exhale. You can release the hands to the mat, maybe bringing them in the same plane as the feet. Inhale for a halfway lift, push into the mat, find length through the crown, and exhale to fold deeper. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, bend both knees, walk the hands to the front of the mat, pivot through a lunge to step back to plank pose, and exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to look in between the hands. Exhale to come onto the tippy toes and take tiny steps all the way up to the hands. Once you're there, inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer. Mountain pose. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive, leading with the heart, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, sweeping the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come through prayer to mountain pose. Coming into our balancing posture, begin to root through all four corners of the left foot, engaging the legs. Bend the right knee, reach behind you to grab for the inside of the foot, and reach the left arm high to the sky. Begin to kick the foot into the hand to find a back bend for your dancer pose. Finding a drishti, a gazing point that's not moving out in front of you. Remembering to breathe. Slowly release. Come back to your mountain. Shake it off. Maybe roll the shoulders back. Feel the differences in the sides. And let's even it out. Begin to shift your weight into that right leg. Ground through all four corners of the foot. Then bending the left knee, reach behind you to grab the inside of that left leg. When you're ready, you can lift your right arm towards the sky and begin to kick your foot into your hand to create a back bend for your dancer pose. Finding a drishti, a focus point that's not moving. Slowly release, coming back to stand up tall. Inhale to sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Pausing in this forward fold, you can reach for both toes with the peace fingers. Maybe heel-toeing the feet out wide. That feels good. Elbows in the opposite direction, using the biceps to pull yourself deeper into the fold. Release the hands. Heel-toe the feet back into center. Inhale for a halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back and then the left foot back for a downward facing dog. And then drop the left knee and the right for a tabletop. We'll move through some cat-cows with our breath. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, cow. Exhale to round the spine and push into the mat for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Exhale, preparing for puppy pose, making sure to keep our hips stacked over our knees. From table, you'll begin to walk your hands out in front of you to let your heart fall down towards the mat. Maybe your chest hovers on the mat, or maybe you have enough mobility to drop the chest and the chin all the way to the mat. If the chest and the chin are rested on the mat, you can play with straightening both legs if you'd like for this deep heart opener. Remembering to breathe. If you straighten the legs, bend the knees, walk back up to your tabletop position. We'll come through a couple cat-cows again. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round through the spine for cat. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Bring the knees together and send the hips back for a child's pose. Rounding through our spine here and reach back for your heels. Relaxing here. Inhale, exhale. Release the hands, push back up into a tabletop position. Step back into a plank and exhale to lower all the way to your belly, keeping the elbows tucked in tight. Preparing for bow pose. You'll reach back. Well, first let's actually windshield wiper the knees, the feet from the left into the right, releasing our hips, massaging the tops of our thighs. Inhale the feet back to center. Bring the knees close together. Reach back and grab for the tops of the feet. And use your inhale to kick your feet into your hands to lift your torso, shining your heart forward. Engage the core. Feel this back bend and heart opening pose in your bow pose. Inhale for the fullest expression and exhale, release, bringing one cheek to the mat. And then windshield wipering the feet. Drop the feet to the mat. Bring the forearms to the mat, scooting the hands out in front of you. Push the forearms into the mat to stack the shoulders right on top of the elbows. Shine the heart forward for a Sphinx pose. The legs are engaged, pushing the tops of the feet into the mat and pushing the forearms into the mat to find length through the crown. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, exhale, lower. Untuck the toes. Inhale to push up into a plank pose. Exhale, drop one knee and then the other. And push back into a child's pose. Inhale, exhale. Big breath in, slow breath out. Use your inhale to push up to a tabletop position. Untuck the toes and exhale the hips back for a downward facing dog. Drop one knee forward, coming onto a seat. And rolling onto our backs. Begin to make circles with the knees. And then reverse this direction of the circles. Plant the soles of the feet on the mat. Inhale the right foot up towards the sky. Bend the knee and cross the ankle over the knee. Reach through the legs to grab the back of the left leg and pull the leg into yourself for a reclined half pigeon. Opening up our hip, stretching our glutes. Remembering to breathe. Release the foot back down to the mat. Switching side, inhale the left heel towards the sky, bend the knee, stack the ankle over the right knee, reach through the legs to grab the back of the right thigh. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, pull the right leg into yourself, stretching out the right glute and opening the hip. Reclined half pigeon. Inhale, exhale, and release. Uncross the legs, straighten out, maybe windshield the knees to the left and to the right. Inhale back to center. Reach through the middle of the legs to grab the outsides of the feet for a happy baby pose. Tailbone reaching for the mat, knees tucked in towards the armpits. And you can begin to rock back and forth, massaging the back and the kidneys. Inhale through the nose, slow exhale. Release the legs. Setting up for our bridge pose. Reach the fingertips towards the heels. Push into the mat with the feet and inhale the hips up towards the sky. Remembering to breathe. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Another breath in. Another full breath out. Inhale to find the fullest expression and exhale to slowly release to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock back and forth. Release the feet back to the mat. Bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees fall out wide for Supta Pada Konasana. Palms facing up, shoulders melting into the mat. The word Anahata comes from the Sanskrit word meaning unhurt, unstruck, and unbeaten. This word is meant to convey the message that while the heart can be wounded by past experience, the spiritual heart underlying is unharmed and pure. Anahata is often associated with the color green and the air element. So I hope you continue this heart chakra work off your mat by eating lots of green fruits and veggies. And while there still is some green left on the trees, go for a walk and feel the cool breeze. But most importantly, constantly remind yourself of your unbeaten, unstruck, spiritual heart, and know you are loved, and you are love. Start to deepen the breath. Take each hand behind the knees. Use the hand to push the knees back in towards one another and pull the knees into the chest. Plant the feet back on the mat. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky and cross the leg over the left. And inhale the knees to drop over to one side for a supine twist. Start to deepen the breath. One full breath in, one full breath out. Slowly start to unwind. Uncross the legs. Plant the soles of the feet on the mat, straighten back out. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Cross the leg over the right and drop the knees over to the other side. Bringing the gaze in the opposite direction for a supine twist. Inhale, exhale. One full breath in, one full breath out. Slowly start to unwind, uncross the legs, straighten out the spine. Take another happy baby. Maybe rock back and forth. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Hug the knees into the chest. Squeeze the forehead up towards the knees. Give yourself a big hug. Exhale, release the legs. Splay the feet out. Palms facing up. Shoulders melt into the mat for Shavasana. Letting your awareness soften wherever it reaches. Starting with the crown of the head and moving on to the eyelids. Unclenching the jaw, maybe swallowing or licking the lips to release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Feeling the shoulders reaching towards the mat. The biceps are soft, the wrists supple, fingers relaxed. Feel your heart open to the sky above. Inhale, exhale. Feel your hips heavy on the mat. Feel the ground below supporting them. Release the thighs. Soften the knees, the ankles, and the toes. Feel the body as a whole, and as a whole, let it soften. Shavasana. Start to deepen the breath. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, circle the ankles, circle the wrists, waking the body back up with a big morning stretch. Inhale and exhale, roll over to one side, pausing here. Use your next couple breaths to push yourself back up to a seated position. Flutter the eyes open, adjust to the light in the room. We'll take one last breath together. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come through prayer. The light in me truly sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching.